I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're plunging into the thrilling world of the Last City CowBoy, The Invaders Come for Our Women. We're talking with author Dilgilio Rodriguez about his high-stakes sci-fi adventure. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Dilgilio, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate this moment.
My pleasure. Great to have you on the show. This is a trilogy. It begins with The Last City CowBoy, The Invaders Come for Our Women, correct?
That's correct.
Let's give the folks at home about an overview of that first book. What's it about?
The book is basically about extraterrestrials actually entering our planet and human trafficking our beautiful women for experimentation. And because of it, what they fail to realize is that now we actually have a new action hero, not a superhero, but an action hero by the name DJ, who also goes by the Last City CowBoy. And because of that, DJ, a little bit about DJ. DJ was recruited from childhood, from the government, and basically trained as an assassin. And what happens now is he becomes a contract for the FBI for the jobs that they refuse to take. And being that some of the failed missions in the past of losing agents, now they ask DJ to take on this task. Of course, they don't fill him with all the information that he's taking. So as he takes this assignment, he's more or less thinking that he's going out there for like drug trafficking. And what happens is he ends up going to New Mexico, which he actually thought was in Mexico, but that's a whole another story. But he's in the forest, in the woods, and while he's looking for certain things in part of drug trafficking, what he encounters is aliens. Now, this becomes mind-boggling to him because he's never seen an alien before. And it's something that we've always heard about or seen on movies. But now to actually see it in real life becomes a disturbance. Yeah, the man might be a strong man, a powerful man, and gifted in the ability to fight, but he's also human. So he's now kind of having a breakdown because he doesn't know what to do. He's terrified of what he's actually seeing. And what happens is that now when he witnesses the two females that are actually being carried on a stretcher by the aliens on board the ship, he starts to kind of lose it. But what really becomes interesting is that when he sees the third female being carried, it's a redhead with large boobs. And something about DJ, he's just crazy about redheads. And this is where he really loses it. So from there, he's got no choice. His mission was for the sole purpose to more or less be the eyes and ears and report back to his command. Well, he knew that with the little time he had left, he would not be able to complete the mission by reporting back and trying to save these ladies. So he basically grabs all his arsenals, his weapons, and basically at an outrage that this is happening, he's just going to go for it. And what he ends up doing is actually chasing the aliens on board the craft. When he chases the aliens aboard the craft, he comes through this optic illusion where he actually loses the aliens, which he's got no choice but to proceed inside the ship. As he goes in the ship, it just so happens that he stumbles across hundreds of chambers. When he sees the hundreds of chambers, it just so happens that it's got women being captive in these chambers. Now he's really losing it, not understanding the mechanism or the instruments of the controls of how to release them. He has no choice but to discharge his weapon. When he discharges his weapon, well, it sets off an alarm, alerting the aliens that there's an intruder on board. Now, outmatched, outnumbered, he starts taking on fire, which leaves him no choice but to start running. As he's running all through this ship, out of all places to run into, he runs into a transparent wall, which leads him into a stateroom. And it just so happens to be the alien queen's quarters.
Hmm.
When he gets back on his feet, he sees the alien queen. And now she lets him know basically who he is and that she's been watching him, following him all along. But just as easily as he got on board, she reminds him it's not going to be just as easy to get off the ship. Now, when we talk about the alien queen, we're talking about someone who's had unsuccessful testing and experimentations with herself because she's trying to become a human hybrid. Now she's got the bodies. She's got the body of a human person, but it's the disfigurement of the face that really tells that she's an alien. Now, because she can't get what she's actually looking for to become human, she figures I might as well have a human baby. This is where she demands DJ to remove his clothes. Now, a little thing about DJ, I got to tell you, is that he's never said no to a woman before. I love women of all sizes and shapes and whatever. But the main thing was that because of her body, he was willing to go with it. And they actually end up having sex.
Mhm.
Now, what happens after that, through her telepathy powers, she abuses that and gets into DJ's mind. And through DJ's erotic behavior and the things that he enjoys doing with a woman, she encounters this behavior of oral sex. Now, DJ likes to use mayonnaise and hot sauce, which I recommend nobody to do. Let me remind you, this is science fiction.
Yep,
I don't want anyone to get the wrong impression.
exactly.
But she encounters this behavior and now she wants DJ to perform oral sex. Well, because DJ's got no choice, as much as he prefers specific women to do this on, and she was not one of them, he's forced to do it. So being that he uses the mayonnaise and the hot sauce, now it creates a mutation outburst. And it's more of a inducing a lethal outburst that causes a negative reaction where the queen now is bursting out of control. And once she bursts out of control, now she's no longer the person that he saw. Now she's mutated into this thing where she's destroying the ship. She's got lightning bolts coming out of her eyes, and she's weakening the infrastructure of the ship. Now it sets off the aliens at a frantic point where they're trying to save the queen, but in the process of doing so, she's so much out of control that it also gives DJ a chance to run. DJ basically takes off, having the advantage to do so, saving himself out of that position. And as he's running through the ship, now what he's actually thinking is still about saving the women until he encounters this voice in his head. And it's a familiar voice. And it just so happens to be his twin brother. DJ has a twin brother. He was a Navy SEAL, died in the action of a war, and then became the first human cyborg for the military. So, of course, he was sent there before DJ to try to destroy these aliens, and somehow, because of the magnetic forces, he ended up getting trapped. So now DJ's got to try to save his brother. So forget about the women. Now he's going after his brother, his twin brother. And once successfully saving his brother, because now the destruction of the alien queen, basically weakening the infrastructure of the ship, they end up losing power. So that gives DJ a chance to save his brother. So now they're on a rampage to basically try to get out of there because they know that if the ship starts, they're going to be trapped in the ship and they'll no longer be able to go back to their planet. So now the mission is to basically get off the ship. So trying to get off the ship, they're basically fighting their way out. And as they fight their way out off the ship, now as the ship is starting to ascend, they have 100-foot drop where they basically just jump off the ship. It becomes a life-threatening matter, but because of the powers that his brother has as a cyborg, he kind of relieves some of that pressure. DJ ends up getting hurt, but in the process, they both still live. And then from there, more or less DJ ends up in the hospital after recovering. A lot of the mission that he takes is basically to impress a lady by the name of Angela. Angela is the director and a chief of staff from the FBI, and he's always had a thing for her. And this is one of the ways that I guess he can kind of respond to her, to letting you know that he's still interested in her. But they end up surviving. The women somehow got off the ship, so they did manage to save all the women. And basically, that's pretty much it.
It's amazing. It's an amazing story. It feels very real. You've really created your own world there with the cyborg brother and the women who need rescuing, and DJ as this, woman lusting hero. I think it's great. It all feels really, really good. Even the mayonnaise and the hot sauce. No mayonnaise.
Yeah, please stay away from that. Don't try
Stay
that.
away from that. We've been warned. We've been warned. Have you envisioned this as a movie?
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
Yes, I have.
that'd be great. I mean, it's got all the ingredients, so to speak. No pun intended about the mayonnaise and the hot sauce, but it has all the makings of a great movie. You got DJ as this cool character. You've got the cyborg brother. You've got the hot women. I think it's got all you need to make a great sci-fi film. Now, these are graphic novels, correct?
Yes, they are. Yes, they
So
are.
there's illustrations that people can see this world before them as it unfolds. So you've got 3 books. You've got the Last City CowBoy.
The invaders come for our
Invaders
women.
come for our women.
The aliens are back.
And the third one is?
The aliens are back.
Okay. And the second one is?
No, that's the second one. The aliens are back. And then the third one would be the alien princess comes for her man.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Well, it's an amazing story. Wish you a lot of luck and success with this book. It is quite a read. And there's pictures there too. You'll find yourself immersed in this world. Dilgilio, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan, for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time until next time on Spotlight. Now, hi, Hollywood. This is a script ready to go. These are books and a story that are perfect for the big screen.